Speedway, and we're about to go. Bri, guess what? There's Bri. He's in car number 4. I'm in car number 9. We're about to do this.
There we go.
Yay! Oh my goodness. Hi.
It was touch and go for a minute as to whether or not we were going to make it.
We always make it. I mean, well, last week we didn't make it. Yeah, no, we made it.
It's
tonight we had auditions.
We had a lot of stuff today. We had a very busy day.
It was a busy day.
So welcome in, everyone. Happy
Hi.
Sunday night. Good to see everyone here. See a lot of friendly faces, a lot of the same names in the chat. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. Good to see all of you. Thank you guys for coming in. Hello to you all. If it's your first time here, I'm Brian. This is Julie. Together we're How We Cruise, and we had a busy week, and we have a lot to talk about.
We have a lot to talk about.
I hope everybody went. Did everybody go potty before you sat down? Did everybody get their snacks and their drinks? We might be here for a bit. So
kids were in bed.
Brought the whole bottle over tonight.
Seconds ago. We were all over the place. We were on a ship today.
We were on a ship today. You know who else was on a ship today?
I mean, a lot of people.
Not that one. Hello, Julie. Hello. This one here's the one I tried. Hi, Alice. Sean is here. Said got off the Odyssey this morning from a week-long trip to Coco Cay in the Bahamas. It was a great trip. The North Star is very cool. So maybe we crossed.
You got off as we got on.
So
we were there. We were bright and early. We were on Odyssey, and gorgeous ship, beautiful.
So in honor,
what's dinging?
It's Brian's.
Oh my goodness! All right.
So
give it a second. If it doesn't stop us, I'll go stop it.
In honor of Odyssey. So last November we did our group cruise. Anthem takes Jersey Week, and we did that on the Anthem of the Seas, which is a Royal Caribbean Quantum class ship that sails out of Bayonne.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she got replaced with Odyssey, and
I'm totally okay with that.
Anthem
is great.
Anthem is special.
Odyssey is better. I'm my personal opinion, just gonna say it. I'm gonna put it out there. I like Odyssey better.
So Odyssey is a Quantum Ultra class ship. Anthem is a Quantum class ship. So kind of like I said with Icon, when I felt like Royal Caribbean read the comment cards and tried to fix stuff, I kind of feel like that's what they did with Odyssey. So they
Yeah.
kind of made a lot of that
I mean,
quantum
I
class ship stuff better.
I'm gonna turn off the dinging off. I'm sorry, guys. But no, I
somebody's
agree.
iPad.
Like, I really liked the Anthem layout, but I loved Odyssey, and it was just a few minor tweaks.
Now we had a conversation about this because we talked about the layout of Odyssey, and we talked about the layout. It's no secret. My favorite class of ships is the Oasis class ships, and those are wide. Anthem's like a bowling alley. It's like narrow, and Quantum's and all the Quantum and Quantum Ultra class ships are the same way. So it's a long, narrow ship. Got a lot of cool things on it. What are you doing over there?
I'm trying to mute. There we go. Okay, I got muted.
Now?
We're muted. We're muted.
Fixed. We have all sorts of technical difficulties over here. So I'm seeing a lot of names in the chat that I'm glad to see some people back. It's nice to see a lot of you. Hey, Marty said he won something here yesterday. Shug says won $100 scratch off ticket last night and took my grandson to lunch, and it cost me $130. How does that happen?
Yeah, that's how that works. Right, I tell
you, everything's expensive nowadays. The only way you can get an included meal right now is to buy a cruise. That's about the only way you're going to get a free meal. You pay for the cruise, and they feed you all week for free.
We got lunch today.
Kind of.
Discount number one.
Hey, so some of the neat additions, and if you stick around long enough, Julie made a little slideshow.
I did.
I had to reboot the internet here, so we'll have to bring that back up. But we got a little slideshow for you of Odyssey. One of the other things we always talk about is how much we love our crew. We always, every time we're on a ship, we find some fantastic human being, or usually multiple, that just do everything under the sun. There has
not been one ship that we've been on that we have not absolutely connected with somebody on, and people that we really, really stay in touch with. Like we have crew that we really stay in touch with, and we're talking over years.
That's right. Nothing free, Sugar. You're right. I was making a joke. But some of the crew.
We love the crew.
And today we got to say hello to one of our first, the kids first, actually. What's that?
What? Nothing.
One of the kids, they're the kids' first waiter after the COVID. This is the kids' first cruise.
No, it was their first. Well, Brian was a tiny little baby. He was like 18 months old, so he doesn't remember.
But
so for the most part, it was all three of theirs, like first awareness and whatever of any kind of crew. And he was the first crew member that they connected with, and he was our waiter on Harmony of the Seas.
And
Zip.
We got to see Zip today, so.
We love you, and it was so great to see you.
Not to take anything away from Jefferson, who was Zip's assistant waiter on that cruise. Yes,
Jefferson was fantastic. We've had a number of other great waiters, great servers, great other crew members that we've met along the way. But Zip just holds that really, really, really dear spot in our heart because
he does.
He was the kids' just first connection. It was such a special connection, especially with the whole after the pandemic thing, and I mean, so it was amazing to see him. It was so awesome.
You can find him in our How We Cruise community group. So if you want to talk,
I actually posted some extra stuff today. Did you see what I posted?
I saw some of it. Yes,
I didn't. I don't know if you saw it. I saw it on my personal page, but also on the community page.
Oh, I don't know. My phone was dinging like crazy all day. So if you haven't seen that yet, head on over to the How We Cruise community group and check out.
I posted the old stuff from Harmony and the stuff from today. So today, guys, it was only a few hours ago that we were on Odyssey.
Well, same with Sean. Sean was there too.
I know. Now we're sitting in our dining
room. But Sean's right. The casino. So Sean says the dining options were great. Loved Solarian Bistro, which we do love Solarian. Here, I'll click on your comment here. Sean, we're going to tap you a lot tonight because you were just there. So the dining options were great. Loved the Solarian Bistro. Nice roof area with an outdoor track. And there are indoor hot tubs at the aft, which is nice if it's chilly outside. Small casino though. Yes, the The casino is a little bit on the smaller side. So if casino is your thing, but you know what's bigger on that ship than I saw on most other ships?
It depends on the ship, but yeah. What?
What's bigger on that ship? Did I count? I counted the number of seats in hibachi. There were more.
Yes, you
there
did.
were more seats in the more hibachi
I remember you saying
tables. Richard said I didn't park close enough to the ship. So
he had the best comment. He's like, "Yeah, could Brian get any closer?" I was like, "He tried."
I did try. But
did.
there was a fence in the way, and a couple guys in Customs and Border Protection.
We did get, because we were only a tour, we did get specialty parking, so we were not in the regular lot. We were not in the parking lot. We were whatever. So we did get specialty parking today. I will say that, which was very, very nice.
Yeah, definitely more hibachi. Yeah, the hibachi. I mean, I liked the layout. I liked how a lot of the restaurants. A lot of the specialty restaurants had windows to the outside, which I know there's usually sometimes a complaint on Royal Caribbean about how they feel kind of closed in and like very mallish. The Esplanade on Odyssey does feel very mallish, where the pub is, where Bolero's is. It does feel kind of mallish. But once you get into those
it's no different than any of their other ships, though.
But that's the advantage of it being so narrow, is once you get into those venues, there's views to the outside. So that's where you get your outside views, is actually in those venues. So let's see.
Sure.
Mary Ellen says, "Hey from Teatro Rosso on Venezia." So I believe Teatro Rosso, if my Italian is perfect, which it's not, is the theater.
Yes.
And
we've been on Venezia, so
we
know that because of that.
I couldn't remember.
I love Venezia. We were talking about that earlier today with my mom. So is Mom in the chat? There's Mom. Here she is.
Here.
Yeah, she said hi, Mary Ellen. Mom's very favorite ship. She loves Venezia.
Mom loves a lot of ships. Mom's gonna love.
Mom, let's face it, you love any ship, but Venezia is one of her favorite.
So, Mom, the original non-denominational cruiser. The OG.
The OG. We've been using OG a lot.
Head on over to the Etsy store. The OG shirts are up. You can get the OG shirt.
Etsy. Not we.
That's
gotta
what I
change
said.
it because I know you did, but we still have Spreadshop connected to a lot of stuff. So
there's different stuff up there. It's all fun.
Sure, we gotta switch everything over because we're liking Etsy better. Mom, okay, I do love ships. Yes, you do.
All right, so what do you want to talk about? Do you want to?
I think that we should talk about Odyssey. We had such a great day there today.
Do you want me to see if I can get your video? Let's see if I can get your.
Do you want to play it now? Okay.
Do you guys want the video now?
Do you want video now or later?
Or should we play like half of it now?
No, we're not doing half and half. Whatever. give us a now or a later. You want it now? You want it later? What was your favorite thing about that ship? Because I already said I liked it better than Anthem.
I know.
And they're sister ships.
My favorite thing about that ship was actually what we talked to our friend Warren about the other day.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So for those of you who went on they're all saying now. So I'm going to say my point, and then we're going to do it.
All right. And I want to give a plug too. The one. So. Okay.
Absolutely. Warren did give us, you give the plug for
Okay. So if you're not already following Warren at Sea, follow Warren at Sea. Facebook, cruising with Warren at Sea. Facebook, Instagram, awesome guy. We really love him and cannot wait to sail with him again.
And we were talking about this ship with Warren.
We actually sent him a picture today because it's one of his favorite spots too.
So for those of you who were on our group cruise last year in November, beforehand, one of the things I was saying was I can't wait for the kids to be playing down in the Seaplex while we sit at Playmakers.
Yep.
And somebody
will not happen on Anthem.
Somebody in this chat, when I know who it was and I know you're here, corrected me and said there's no Playmakers on Anthem. And I said, yes, there is.
And there's not.
And there's not. But on Odyssey, there is a fantastic Playmakers.
Yeah.
Right above that Seaplex, so the kids could be down doing their stuff in the Seaplex, playing the basketball or the hockey or the whatever.
I know it sounds silly. I know it does. But I didn't love the Seaplex on Anthem. And even though we didn't have our kids with us today, when we were touring Odyssey, I fell in love with the Seaplex in a very different way. I think A, because Playmakers was there.
Mhm.
B, there was a lot more loungy areas.
There was a
It was
lot of
just
hangout
it was just
space.
kind of like a different vibe. And even though I know they did the exact same stuff in the Cplex, it felt very different. So I will say this, like if we had not done that tour today, if we had not had the opportunity to go on Odyssey, I would not be looking forward to it. I would not be whatever. But now that we've done it, after Anthem, because after Anthem, I was like, oh, now I'm done with Quantum Class. Like, okay, whatever. I know
Well, this
specific
is a
clients
Quantum
that
Ultra class.
that's true. I know specific clients that would absolutely love it. I know there are some people that absolutely love Anthem because it's a very high rated ship. Like a lot of people really love it. Just not my favorite.
Richard
That's
said,
okay.
isn't Anthem going into dry dock? Yes, I believe she's hitting dry dock, but then she's heading on over to Australia.
But I'm just going to throw it out there. After being Odyssey, I cannot wait. Cannot wait to get back on her and actually sail her. And we need to do a group.
We will do a group on Odyssey.
We need to do a group on Odyssey. Well, I'm worried because she's only going to be here for a little bit and then she's leaving.
She'll come back.
I hope.
All
but
right.
Like we need to get on that. We need to get on that, people. Who's interested in Odyssey of the Seas
hold on,
group cruise out of Bayonne? I'm just asking.
Cruise is coming.
I know. I'm just asking who's interested.
They're all interested.
Well, let's see.
They all want to go on cruises. That's why they're sitting here listening to us on a Sunday night.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Like I'm so gung-ho about this. I want to do it. I want to do it now.
Shana, you know what, Shana? That's a good point right here. Says, I liked Anthem, but also can forgive a lot in a ship if Mark can drive us to the port. Yeah, if Mark can drive me to the port, I'll forgive a lot too. And I see a lot here in the chat that are willing to make that same forgiveness. Richard says, I'm going to guess that in dry dock, they're going to add Playmakers. You know what? We're learning a lot about what concepts are working on Royal Caribbean and what concepts are not. And I'll tell you this, we learned today that the Skypad, which is that big bubbly thing on the top of Odyssey of the Seas, it was a trampoline,
which is
with
funny.
A VR kind of thing, and it just didn't really hit.
But we talked about this before. We saw that from another ship. When we were on Harmony of the Seas, we were looking, we're like, what the heck is going on in that ship? It looks like they're jumping. And today we found out, because we'd never been on that class of ships that had that. It really was a trampoline with like a VR headset.
You'd wear a trampoline with like bungee cords and a VR headset, and it did this like experience thing. And
too bad it didn't hit.
I guess the reviews were that people were getting too tired doing it, and the line was too long, and so now they changed it, and there's just cornhole boards in there. So,
but we had a lot of fun playing cornhole on Anthem.
We did, but there's they
do like a whole tournament thing. It was a lot of fun.
All right, let's go to the video. Let's go to the videotape.
Let's go to the videotape.
Like Warner Wolf would say. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see here. Okay. Is this it? Let's see. I think that's it. The one that says Odyssey slides. That's probably
I hope so.
All right. Are you ready? Are you set? Here we go. Let's see if this works. So there's no music right now, but just some pictures.
Yeah,
here.
no. So we can talk over this a little bit.
There.
So I took the music out so we could talk. But so here's some staterooms. Amazing views. I took every single one of these pictures. All of these pictures or little video clips I took today on Odyssey of the Seas. These are some of the suites, the loft suite, the
Royal Loft, the owner's loft.
The owner's loft, yeah.
All the loft suites are star class suites, which means you get a genie with them.
Yes.
There's your Playmakers.
There's your Playmakers in the Cplex.
Your iFly.
I took the hours of operation there. There's your Playmakers. We were walking around there. This is going fast, people. I didn't want to bore you too long. I wanted to keep it going fast. Gorgeous sail away day today.
I like the fact that they added the casitas. Those are great for sea days.
We love casitas. The spa was gorgeous.
Go see Chandy in the spa. She was awesome.
Chandy was amazing.
There is one couples massage therapy room. The rest are all singles. There's your heat.
And they had the sauna. Spa. This is in the solarium over here. Then we got Splashaway Bay.
That's the artwork in the main dining room.
There's our buddy Zip. There's Zip. And when we were down there in the lower left with the pants there, that's the music hall. There's the pub.
Crown and Compass.
It was all decorated up for Christmas. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's my perspective video on there on the left. I need to do that. So, Adventure Ocean, we got up there. They were decorated for Hanukkah. Wonderland, amazing, just gorgeous ship. Odyssey, and it was such a beautiful day to sail away. I can only imagine.
We wish we could have stayed on.
I think that they tried to slip out of dock a little bit early today.
Yeah, so there's some weather coming in,
Yeah.
and we were supposed to have a little bit longer for our tour, but with the weather coming in, they wanted to get out of Dodge a little early. So, Shayna says, "Did Darla switch to Odyssey?" You know what? There is a Facebook group for Royal Pub Entertainers. So if you're, I haven't. It's not quite as, the schedule isn't quite as up to date on there as the Schooner Bar Entertainers group, but we haven't seen her there. She wasn't there today, or if she was, she wasn't playing in the pub. Well, but then again, we were there. At 10
we were on a very
morning,
tight schedule today because they weren't initially planning on leaving as early as they were, and because they had to leave a little bit earlier, we had to get on and get off a little bit earlier. So we were on a very tight schedule. We got on. We got to see the staterooms. We got to see the suites. We got to see obviously the deck layout.
Well, let's go over some of the things we saw.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
Well, I'll give the overview.
Go ahead.
We did have lunch. We walked through the Windjammer, walked through the main dining room, we walked through the pool deck, and then we went through the whole promenade, and then I think.
Well, so the Quantum and Quantum Ultra class ships. I think some of the best upgrades going from Quantum to Quantum Ultra was the main dining room. That was definitely, because on Anthem there's 4 dining rooms, 2 on each deck, the third and the fourth deck, and it gets a little, for those of you who were on our last group cruise, everybody was all kind of spread out. We had to get our table moved to be back with the group. It was a big mess, but now
I remember they have like a dining room on starboard and a dining room on port side, and they're 2 separate dining rooms. It was very weird
with different theming. It didn't really hit. Yeah. But this was more of a traditional main dining room, traditional Royal Caribbean main dining room, where it was, everything was there, nice and bright, some good. I like the artwork, the big chandelier hanging down all the way from up on deck 5 where Giovanni's is. So now there's no vintages.
I'm making myself notes. Sorry.
There's no vintages on Odyssey, but Giovanni's is there. Mary Ellen, enjoy the show. We expect a full review and pictures in our community group. Enjoy.
Have fun. Enjoy.
But let's see. So, 270 is a cool venue.
So love 270. 270 is the complete aft of the ship, and it's got a 270-degree view. Hence 270.
Very creative naming.
Of the back of the ship, and it's just glass windows. It's beautiful. Kind of similar. I'm going to compare it even to like Icon's forward of the ship, where they have that whole front of the ship view. But 270 is the whole aft of the ship, and it's got like floor to ceiling, big, tall windows, and just doesn't matter where you're sitting, but it's very loungy. And they do things like trivia or bingo or silent disco or shows. So they do all kinds of things in that venue. It's got like a bar. It's a very, very cool vibe. If you go there in the morning, super easy to set up like, a little work spot and get some quiet work done where there's not a lot of people there.
The library is up the stairs there.
Yes.
So
there's a cafe right outside too. So the cafe has all kinds of like treats and
complimentary snacks and desserts and coffees and things like that.
It might be one of my very favorite spots on any of the Quantum class ships.
See, now I don't love it as much as you do, because I like the more the loud, the entertainment-y kind of stuff. 270 is a very quiet space. It's
not all the time.
Well, at night it changes over and they close the curtains, and it's a theater for a show. And
I mean, but they have other stuff there too.
They had a trivia there. They had what was they had like a murder mystery game there on
Anthem. Yeah, we did that. Anthem. On the Anthem, yeah. Anyway.
Richard says, "What's the beverage tonight?" Richard, it was one of those nights, so we busted out the Eagle Rare tonight. I'll drink for 2. We busted out the Eagle Rare tonight, so It's not sponsored, but if
Feel
you
free.
want,
Feel free to
if
reach
you
out.
want to, Eagle Rare, we're more than happy to take a sponsorship. So
You should cheers them.
cheers, everyone.
Anyway, 270 is a really, really cool venue. So I like it. And then, as you come in on the side, you got cruise next desk, like
Which
right
is
there.
very important.
You have the like cafe there. But you want to talk about cruise next for a second? You want to plug that and tell people what that's about?
So your next cruise desk there is
Mhm.
if you are on any kind of a royal ship, Matt, I was betting on scotch. I was wrong. Matt, it's always going to be bourbon, buddy. I've abandoned the scotch for bourbon.
It used to be.
It used to be scotch.
Yeah.
My taste buds have changed.
He used to be like, I don't like bourbon. Now he's like, I like bourbon.
I used to only drink Pabst Blue Ribbon. The next cruise desk is very important when you're on a ship. It allows you to get that next cruise booked, so that way you can get a reduced deposit. Usually, it's
but is it really worth booking your next cruise, especially if you don't know where you want to go or what you're going to do on the next cruise?
Of course it is, because you're going to get that reduced deposit of only $100 per person, and no
matter what.
You do a name that sailing later, so they only charge your stateroom $200. You get that reservation number, and then you get home and you give us a call, and we'll help you figure out where you're going to use that reservation. And if you do it within 2 months of making that sailing, if you pick your sail date, and that sail date could be a year or 2 years out, they'll throw you an extra $100 in onboard credit. So, and normally if you
there's a lot of perks to doing it. Like there are a lot of perks. Like you get extras for doing it. So if you know you're going to cruise in the future within the next year or two, even if you don't know exactly which sailing you're going to do yet, it's worth buying the next cruise for $200 and knowing that that's going to go towards a deposit for 2 people. Awesome. Well, I mean, it's totally worth it. We've done it. We've done it many times, and they are transferable.
Shane, can next cruise apply to a group cruise? Yes, it can. But here's the trick. You might not get, if you do it, if you convert, call us.
well, that's the other thing too, is it's going to automatically connect to the travel agent, including if you book directly through Royal Caribbean, then it will connect to them, that you last booked through for that cruise that you're on. If you would like it to connect to somebody else, that's no problem. You can just let them know that, and they will do that for you. So,
but if you don't say anything, they're just going to connect it to whoever you used.
But they'll connect it to whoever and however. So if you want to, whatever you want to do, if you book directly through Royal and you want to put it through a travel agent or vice versa or whatever it is, you can do that. But I just think that if you know you're going to cruise again and you know you want to go on that line, it doesn't have to be on a ship, that line, get the next cruise. It's totally worth it. Totally,
and you know what?
Totally
I recommend doing it on no matter what cruise line you're on. I mean, we're talking about Royal Caribbean tonight with Odyssey of the Seas.
I think you can switch it too. Like if you book your next cruise but don't book a date, and it's like say it's connected to Royal, or say it's connected to us, say it's connected to anybody. I think before you book that cruise, you can switch that if you call, but you have to have like for example, the agency. So if it's connected to Royal, say you booked directly through Royal Caribbean.
Royal, yes, Royal to a travel agent. Yes, you can switch if it's tied to a travel agent.
Well, travel agency to travel agency, then you have to contact the travel agency. And there has to be a transfer of service, and both parties have to agree.
So long story short, if you're going to book a next cruise, just make sure it's connected to the travel agent that you want it to be connected to.
But it's worth it. It's worth it.
Which is us, by the way.
Right. I'm gonna put my glasses on to see these comments.
So anyway, so let's move forward now because we talked about next cruise. So as you move forward on Deck 5 through Odyssey, you're going to come across the vintages. I'm sorry, not vintages. Giovanni's Italian, which is where vintages used to be, and now it's a big open space. It's a huge restaurant, but it's a big space there for that. Then you move forward.
I don't know where you were going. I was looking to
No, I was reading a comment and I read it backwards.
Okay.
But then you move forward into that Royal Esplanade, and that's the heart of the ship right there. That's where you're going to find your usual Royal Caribbean stuff. You're going to find your schooner bar, you're going to find your bionic bar, you're going to find your boleros. Down on deck 4, you're going to find your Crown and Compass, which is your pub. They're all named. All the pubs are named differently on the Royal Caribbean ship, so that's where you're going to find all that. That's also where you're going to find a ton of your shopping. Your regalia store. Everything was closed today while we were in port, so we couldn't really get any shopping done. Oh, too bad. But those are only open when you're out, not in port. So, but that was all closed up today. But you got Izumi in there, your Izumi sushi. You've got your Chops Grill Steakhouse. You got a lot of your specialty restaurants in there. So it was a very active part of the ship there. And then as you move even further forward there, what you get is you get the music hall, which is a newer venue to Royal Caribbean ships. I mean, I guess it's not super newer anymore, but
I was gonna say, I don't know if
it
it's
replaced
newer.
Dazzles. So Dazzles used to be, and they turned it into the music hall, and they kind of rebranded it a little bit better.
Music hall's the same,
and
they're the exact same.
It's cooler.
They just renamed it.
It's cooler. I like it cooler.
They're all like 2 stories, all of them. Like they're all the same venue. They're all 2 stories. They all host music, and they all have tables, and some of them have pool tables.
Kathy asks a good question.
That's a great question.
So Kathy says, question, what if you are a solo cruiser and get the next cruise deposit? Then you want to go on the next cruise with a friend, not solo. Does the other person have to pay the reduced deposit or full? So we're going to make this very simple. When you book the next cruise, they're going to charge you double occupancy. So that deposit's going to be it's going to be $200.
Unless you're in a solo cabin, you're always charged double occupancy, which means 2 people to a room, even if you're a solo cruiser in that room.
So the deposit will be $200. So now you come home, but you only want to put one name on it. You could put a name later kind of thing.
One name, you could put 2 names.
Because they only need one name. Because we've done that. Usually we put your name on it, and it's one name that they need with. So you can later on, when you name the ship and sail date, then you got to name the people who are going to be going now.
So when you get your next cruise, it can only have one. You can do just one name.
So now you have a 2-passenger deposit, and you want to make that a 3 or 4-passenger cabin. Those deposits are only $100 per person.
Yes. So
unless,
for us, who we're a family of 5, which is a little bit different. But if like you're a family of 4, or family of 3, and you want to add that extra person, then what would have been $250 per person. So for 4 people, that's $1,000 deposit. Now it's only a $400 deposit.
Not saving you any money on the cruise.
No, I mean,
saving you money.
It's just upfront, right? Money upfront, because that deposit goes towards your final payment anyway. So
But now we're going to take that next cruise and we're going to move it into the group. Now that deposit has to come up to the group level deposit payment. So that's where
it goes to the group, it has to be then meet the group level, which is the $250.
Yeah. So,
but the good news is it's like you're not losing money. It's just going towards your final payment. So, but you can still hold that space. So
so music hall is cool. But then we're gonna go up every other deck in between, all the way up to deck 13 or 12.
What's your favorite part of that ship? Did you like? And I'll even break it up into
before. I think it's the Playmakers over the Seaplex.
Okay. Because I was gonna say you have the pool deck, you have 270, you have the promenade.
Well, I love my amplified pool decks on Royal Caribbean. I love the way that they've added those, even though they're metal, they look like palm trees and stuff like that. But they've added that lime and coconut.
You love the lime.
I do love the
every time we turned around, he's like, I gotta get a shot of the lime and coconut. I'm like, everybody knows lime and coconut. Stay tuned for the TikToks and the reels coming, guys.
Yeah.
I did the slideshow. He's doing the TikToks and the reels.
Yeah. So it's coming.
And obviously, we have the rest of Freedom vlog coming.
Yep.
This today on Odyssey, not a vlog. It's just
Yeah, we'll
short
throw
form
some stuff up there.
content and some pictures and some slideshows because we were only there for a tour for the day.
Yeah. So as you go up through the staterooms, I thought the solarium was really so. I'm just going deck by deck as we're going up, so I don't miss
I like the
anything.
solarium a lot better than
solarium
Anthem's.
was nice. It was really
It
nice.
was a nice solarium.
It had, would you call it a pool or was it more like whirlpools? But it actually had like not every solarium has, some solariums just have the hot tubs. This had the actual, it's like 3 pools, like tiered pools. So there's actually space to actually sit in a pool. Richard says Freedom of the Seas vlogs coming.
Yes, they're coming. I'm almost done with the next one. It'll be up within the next day or two. Yeah, it should have been up already, but we hit a couple snags. So, life. It's okay.
Stay tuned. Make sure that notification bell is on because I'm going to turn mine on to see this.
You're supposed to support me, not pick on me.
I do support you.
I know you do.
It's tough love. I say get a
boy,
vlog
people.
up where you sleep outside again.
Boy. Hey, SD, how are you? We're doing well. We are. I hope you're doing well.
All right, so let's talk more about the solarium. I thought it was very expansive. There's a very nice solarium bar in there. Very spacious, and you've got your solarium bistro in there, which is the only part of the solarium that is not adults only. You can bring your kids into the solarium bistro,
which is a little touch and go because some people get really upset because they're like, "This is a solarium. You're not supposed to have your kids in here." But like the solarium bistro on all of the royal ships does allow kids in there to eat. Correct. That said, they shouldn't be running amok. They shouldn't be grabbing all the food. They shouldn't be having food fights. I'm just saying. But
you could say that to some adults too. I've seen some worse behavior out of adults than I have out of kids.
I saw quite a few strollers in the solarium today. I don't know. That's a good question. Okay, let's throw it out there. Let's throw it out to the chat. Because I've never thought about this before. The solarium is supposed to be adults only. If you have an infant, I'm going to even go as far as to say like under the age of 2, maybe, you start walking around 1. So they're not walking, they're sleeping, they're whatever. They're not running around, they're not playing, they're not jumping on anything. They're just in their stroller. Is it okay to have a baby in a stroller? In the solarium.
A baby to a bar?
No, is it okay to have a baby in the stroller in the solarium? It is supposed to be ages 18 and up. I've never thought about this. I don't have an opinion yet. I'm not going to weigh in because I really would want to think about this.
Well, I think when Brian was 18 months old, we had him in a stroller.
Yeah, but he was 18 months old. That's almost 2. He's old enough or whatever. Obviously he's if they're crying, no. If they're crawling out of the stroller, no. I don't know. I don't want to weigh in yet because I haven't thought about this. I haven't formulated my thought. I'm thinking about this on the spot. I'm just curious about what you guys think. Like 18 and up, solarium, adults only. Can you have a baby in a stroller? Say they're taking a nap and you want to go sit in there. My mind is reeling. Like I really have a lot of thoughts. Like I could go both ways on this, but I think I'm starting to weigh one way versus the other. What do you guys think?
I think if you go a little bit further aft, there's an amazing baby bay right outside with 2 pools on that pool deck that's right next to El Loco Fresh where we had some lunch today.
There are absolutely some spots.
They actually said today that the Splashaway Bay is meant for kids who are potty trained, but Baby Bay does allow swim diapers. So yeah, so mom picked up what I was putting down. I said we took Brian on the Martini Rumble in a stroller. So,
what's a Martini Rumble? You remember the name of that? It was called the Martini Rumble.
It was the Alchemy Bar.
Yeah, but you didn't go. Me and my mom went. Tell him, Mom.
Shana says no to the stroller in the solarium. Richard says kids sleeping in a stroller do wake up sometimes. And we'll
I
address.
love Shada's comment too. Like, I love children, right? I love children, especially babies. It's nothing against the kids. It's just simply following the rules. Like, there are rules.
Mhm.
There are boundaries that are set, and they have designated these areas for a reason. And I mean,
do we let?
I'm just gonna throw out there might be a Facebook page called Entitlement of the Seas. If you're breaking the rules because you think that maybe you're outside of the rules, does that make you like? Does that give you that entitlement to do so? That's the way I'm leaning too. Like, there's rules. Follow the rules, people.
Do they let the old people go hang out in Adventure Ocean?
That's a whole other controversy because we had a whole thing about that the other day. Not the other day, it was a couple weeks ago. What did I post?
No, we talked because there was a game show.
That's right, the game show. Somebody posted about they went to the game show in Adventure Ocean, and it was supposed to be family oriented, and then they were frowned upon because they were adults.
So let's talk about this Adventure Ocean. So this Adventure Ocean on Odyssey was a two-story Adventure Ocean. The upstairs being for the royal babies and royal tots, and the downstairs being the area for the 5 to 12-year-olds.
So if you're not
one room for the 5 to 12-year-olds, one big room. So they're all in one room. So if you have kids that are different ages, they'd all be together, which on other ships, they might be separated.
No, they were still separated in this one. They were. Yes, they were.
No, they weren't. They actually made a point to say that they weren't.
The people that were, while you were inside listening,
they break them in.
Marissa was talking to you guys. I was standing right out at the desk, and the people were talking about how their siblings can be in the same room. But anyway, I digress.
That's a good idea.
If you're not potty trained, and it's like 6 months up to whatever,
then you go upstairs,
and then you go upstairs, and then it's $10 an hour.
And you got to bring your own diapers and formula and wipes and everything else.
And they'll call you to change the diaper.
Oh, I thought they would do it.
That I'm not sure about. I think it's switched back and forth a couple of times, so I'm not positive. I'll have to fact check.
Tune in next Sunday. We'll have.
But I do know that it's $10 an hour if they're upstairs and they're in the baby's tots room. That's
all right.
Not.
So let's move back across the pool deck. A Loco Fresh,
and that's during the day or at night. And then at night, after 10 o'clock, after 10 p.m. in the regular Adventure Ocean, if like say you want to see a late show, or say you want to go to like a late dinner, or say you want to do some, go to the club late at night, and you want to leave your kids at Adventure Ocean after 10 p.m., it's $10 an hour per kid.
Until 2 a.m.
Yeah. Unless, and that's only if you sign them up. If you don't pick them up on time, then if they like charge per like minute or something. Yeah.
We'll check that one too.
Yeah. I'm telling you have to pick up your kid.
You do.
You can't just forget them.
But anyway, let's move back across the pool
We've
deck.
never forgotten our kids ever.
Let's move back across.
Our kids like to be with us, and we like to be with them. So
let's move back across the pool deck. So as you move aft, you start to get to, well, let's talk about the pool deck a little bit. We started to talk about it a little bit, but casitas, amplified pool deck, lots of shady options, still tons of chairs, 2 pools, both at the center of the ship, still a narrow ship, not nice and wide. But there's a bar at each pool, and standard cruise ship pool. I did like that they put the hot tubs on the upper deck that have the glass hot tubs that overlook the pool deck. That was kind of nice, and there was a screen there too. So for movies or whatever they're playing up there on the screen during the day,
I like that too,
and all that stuff. So that was kind of nice.
But we like the pool deck. So
yeah,
we're not everybody's pool deck people. We're definitely pool deck.
All right. Well, let's move back because you got the entertainment part of the ship now.
Yeah.
So we kind of already talked a little bit about the Seaplex, but let's talk a little bit more about Seaplex, and then we'll talk about the last stuff.
Okay.
Well, actually, let's talk about
let's talk about the Seaplex. What do they do with the Seaplex? So for those of you who don't know, the Seaplex is like a big gym. It's indoor. It on Odyssey, not on every Quantum Quest ship. because like we talked about, Anthem doesn't have it there. They have the hot dog place. But on Odyssey, they have Playmakers upstairs, which is beautiful, that overlooks the Seaplex, which is really awesome. But the Seaplex is like a really big gym, and they do things like we talked about, cornhole tournaments. They do bumper cars. They do
roller skating.
Roller skating, yes.
That's also where they do the laser tag.
Laser tag. I was going to go next. So they put up this huge inflatable maze for laser tag. That's really cool, and I can't believe that they can put that up and pull it down as much as they do. And laser tag is a lot of fun. Our kids love it. It's free. You just have to show up and get in line and sign up on time to be able to play that. But laser tag is a lot of fun. So the Seaplex is a great
cool
place.
Area.
Really cool
area. And the addition of having Playmakers in there is definitely a step up from the other Quantum Class ships.
Yeah.
So very, very cool place. Our kids liked it a lot on Anthem, and I think they would love it even more.
There's always stuff going on. There's always something
during the day. That's where you'll have your open basketball, your volleyball, your soccer, all that kind of stuff going on. So, and I'm certain that's where the pickleball is too.
Well, because it's inside too. Like you don't have to deal with like the wind and the whatever of the ship and the weather and all kinds of stuff. So, Seaplex is a lot of fun.
Lee says $10 an hour is a great price for a babysitter. I made it.
It really is, right? Seriously.
Richard says a very important question. Richard wants to know, is there a ticker for the new group cruise in November yet? So, Richard, since you're asking, no, there is not a ticker yet, but let's do this real fast.
Didn't give him time to do a ticker. We've been too busy.
We didn't have time today. We do have two group cruises coming up. With the third in its planning stages. So the first group cruise we have.
Is it going to be Odyssey?
Maybe, but probably not.
I hope so. I'm not kidding you. I'm working on Odyssey.
Okay, the next group cruise is in 216 days on the Carnival Sunrise, where we're partnering up with Sharon at Sea Travel for the Friends and Family group cruise. We are going to be going for 5 nights out of Miami, July 12th through 17th. So we'll be getting off the ship one day before my birthday, so you can all bring presents. But that's going to be a fun, and we want you to bring everybody for that one. Bring the kids, bring the grandparents, bring the aunts and uncles, bring the cousins, bring your next door neighbor, unless they're watching your dog. Bring everybody, because that's just going to be...
did anybody see Brian's post on the community page with the sweater, the ugly sweater? I'm just saying, stay tuned. Christmas isn't here yet. We still have another couple Sundays to go. He may be wearing it. I'm just saying.
We'll see. And then the next group cruise is going to be in November of 2025 on the MSC Meraviglia. We're going to be heading out of Brooklyn to head down to...
I can't wait to get on MSC.
And hey,
we've
you know what?
sold a ton of MSC and we haven't been on her yet. And I hate that. We don't like not being on the ships that we're sending other people on. But they want to go on them. So we said, we're following suit. We're going, okay, guys, we're going too.
I don't want anybody to get FOMO for that one, but we might already be up to double-digit numbers of cabins on that. So if you want to get in on that one, listen, the group rate's going to be around for as many cabins as I can hold. There's still a ton of space on the ship. It's $199 per person deposit for that. And
November 2025.
But there's
out of Brooklyn.
Bunch of different options for that guy. That's going to be a great cruise. It's the itinerary that we always do from New York Harbor here, where we're going to head down to Florida.
But it's MSC's private island,
which is going to be Ocean Key instead of Cocoa Key or Great Stirrup Key. They're all in the same space, but they're Ocean Key is very, very cool. All your food on that island's included, and to the best of everything I've heard, your drink package is included. So that's the rate we have for that. Listen, I'll just say it. It's drinks and Wi-Fi included. You get a 2-person balcony for MSC Meraviglia coming with us. You're going to only pay, ready for this? Ready? $18.89 total for 2 people.
But what does that include? But wait, There's more.
I already said it includes your drinks and your Wi-Fi.
I know it
and
really
a
is a good
cabin.
It really is a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
It really is a good deal, especially if you're like us and you don't have to fly.
We don't call anybody out.
Listen,
I
know we got some people on the East Coast up there, a little bit further north than us. I know a few of you out there who are not signed up that could definitely come down with us. Come on.
We will never say. We will never tell. We won't give away your secrets.
Matt, Tiff, Chris, Denise.
Oh, Matt, that's a tough question because I know with Kins, like that's
okay. Listen.
We'll talk, Matt.
I was gonna say,
we'll talk.
Let's pick a night, pour yourself a drink,
we'll talk,
and pick up the phone, and we'll just have a conversation, and we'll just chat.
Yeah, Shayna.
No
Ocean
pressure.
Have some good
we'll
but
talk.
Listen, what I was saying is we'll never call out anybody in the chat. We will never say where you're sailing to if you're our clients. But if you want to tell people in the chat that you're booked on these cruises to create some peer pressure, we're all about you guys throwing out some peer pressure there. So if you want to throw up a hand and say what you're booked on and say which group cruises of ours you'll be on.
He's totally Mr. Peer Pressure.
There was no peer pressure there. But if
you are so Mr. Peer Pressure.
If you don't post, then there's just something wrong. I don't know anyway. But anyway. So
guys,
no, it's going to be a lot of fun. And
we'd love to have you.
And then we are working
We will be on it. We are booked.
Yes.
Just click on it.
Which I guess means Dad's not watching. So,
well, if he is, he just heard you.
Let's see. Anywho, let's see. Matt says I'm trying, but we have 3. I'm sorry. Chris says I am trying, but we have 3 booked for 25. Well, Chris, that brings.
What's one more?
Well, yeah, that's a good point too. But Chris, that brings up a good point. There's always 2026, and 2026 is going to be a very busy year for us.
Keep talking. I don't know. You had something there.
2026 is going to be a very busy year for us, but we, I think, are going to be.
Oh no, 2025 is a busy year for us.
Oh, don't even get.
2026 is just as busy.
Well, 2026. Is
what aren't you telling me, Brian?
No, well, 2020. Listen, we need to get ahead of 2026 here. So, in 2026, our good friend Oasis of the Seas is going to be coming back to Bayonne.
We love Oasis.
I
have to tell you,
the 2026.
You've said that Oasis is your favorite ship.
My ship.
The more we do, that's not Oasis, because I think I was just always like whatever. Like, the more I'm starting to feel like I really miss her. Like I'm starting to gravitate too. I think she might be my ship too.
I'm planning on calling.
I just feel like she might not be my absolute favorite ship, but I just feel like she's home. Oasis is my home. If I walk on Oasis, I am home, without a doubt.
So
home.
I am well aware of the fact that when ships are named, that's when they pick the godmother for the ship.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of thinking here, I kind of want to call Royal Caribbean because I think maybe the 7 godmothers.
Oh, I want to call Royal Caribbean about a lot, but it's not about Oasis.
The 7 godmothers for Oasis should probably be replaced with me. Just saying. It's just an idea. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. I mean, if you
stay tuned to next week when I get Brian a fairy godmother dress, wand, and wings.
With my sweater.
With his sweater.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, listen, if it gets views, right? Anyway, so
he can be bought.
Everybody has their price. Let's see. Mine's just very low.
The show has hit a new low.
So anyway, let's finish off Odyssey here because we're approaching. We don't want everybody's got to go to work tomorrow. So
I guess
we have.
Look, I never plugged my computer in. My battery's gonna die.
So
keep talking.
The back top of that ship is where our kids have the most fun on Odyssey, and that's where you've got your rock climbing wall. That's where you've got your flow rider. That's where you've got your iFly skydiving simulator. So if you're like me,
I've never done the iFly. We were in line. We were in the suits, ready to do the iFly, and we had a medevac
and we had to get
situation.
Off. Yeah.
And the helicopter came in, and they come in down by where the iFly is, and they actually escorted us out.
So half of our group got to do
through the downstairs I-95 tunnels and to the front of the ship, and we didn't get to. We only like two of us, not two of our group had
No,
gotten.
I think it was like our kids, and
I
then
think Nell and somebody else
Nell
got
and
to go.
Ray. One of them got to do it. The other
Yeah.
one didn't. Poor kids. So, but hey,
Yeah.
we'll do it next time. So it is
Just
a
means we have to go on one.
Those are all complimentary activities. There is an upcharge when you're in or at sea. At sea.
What are the only, like, let's talk about the activities on. Oh, since we're talking about Royal, and they're not on all Royal ships, but like just for general sake, all the activities on Royal are complimentary except for the escape room. You pay for the escape room. You can pay for a private flow rider lesson, but flow rider in general, you just have to wait in line. Like, but if you want a private lesson, you have to pay for that. What else do you pay for on Royal activity wise? Rock climbing is free. Zip lining is free.
Well, there's no zip line on Odyssey.
No. I'm just talking about Royal in general.
You know what else there isn't?
Activities.
You know what else there isn't on Odyssey? Water slides.
No, there's not.
There should be water slides.
Mini golf.
No mini golf.
No mini golf and no water slides.
Yeah, Chris, we were in the chamber. Half of the group got it. The other
Chris, you were filming, right? You were on the outside. Yeah.
So,
you had a camera.
But anyway, so I think Odyssey's a great ship. I think we're gonna get back on that ship to sail for 7 days. Hopefully we can make it a group cruise.
Let us know if you want to go on Odyssey with us. 2025, 2026. What are we doing? I mean, we don't even know how she's going to be up here this year, but is she coming back? I don't even know. Do you want to go on Odyssey out of Bayonne? If you want to go on Odyssey out of Bayonne, let us know. Let us know in the chat now.
The one thing I can promise you is that,
or in the comments below if you're watching on the replay.
What I can promise you is the 2026 group cruise will not conflict with the World Cup. So if you're interested in the World Cup, don't worry about it.
Unfortunately.
I
mean, not unfortunately. I just, we had dates in mind, but that's not
going to work out. So, hey, you know what? We talked about our upcoming group cruises. We want you all to book. I think I want to go through this slideshow one more time.
Let's play it one more time. One more time, guys. This is what we saw on Odyssey today. I took all of these pictures myself. It was a beautiful ship, and I can't wait to get on her. So let's go. Let's plan something. Throw out some dates, guys. What do you want to do?
So we will. Julie's going to get a vlog up. We're going to get some. And I saw a question before. Are there private Facebook groups for the group cruises yet?
Yeah.
No, there are not. They're going to be going up very, very soon.
This week.
Yes.
Yeah, this week.
Those will be created this week. And so with that, let's go through our slideshow one more time. And then we'll be back here next Sunday night. And so enjoy a little bit of Odyssey. And then after that.
And who knows? Who knows if anything else pops up? I'm just saying.
I never know.
You never know when we're going to be on a ship. Who knew we were going to be on a ship today? Who knows when we'll be on a ship again?
All right. Until then.
Maybe before.
Oh, I got to hit play?
Yeah, you have to hit play.
Wait, where's it go?
What are you doing? There we go. Yeah. So again, I took out the music so we could talk, but it was decorated beautifully for Christmas. The staterooms were gorgeous. The balconies were amazing. The suites were just beautiful. And I got to tell you, even the staterooms, just the regular interiors and balconies were very spacious.
I was impressed with the accessible cabins in there.
Yeah. I was impressed with the entire ship. There's the Seaplex with the playmakers upstairs. It was awesome. That's still the Seaplex, people. Like, those are the bumper cars. They park them on the side. There's playmakers upstairs. Gorgeous view of the New York City skyline as we were up there. And then you walk outside, you got shuffleboard, you got the casitas.
A lot of outside
It goes
games.
right outside to the upstairs above the pool decks. We made our way forward to the Vitality Spa. It was a beautiful spa.
If you're in the Northeast and you're not booking this ship, you really got to consider it.
You're missing out. Teppanyaki was great.
And Zip for 3 more months.
Zip. Yeah, we love Zip. And we got the casino. You got the music
And of course, your
Paul.
Crown and Compass pub. You
Yep,
can't
the
beat that.
pub. We love the pub.
The artwork's amazing.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I actually made myself a note. One of my very favorite things about this ship was the artwork. You got the picture in front of the wheel. We haven't seen that before. But the artwork on the ship was absolutely stunning. Like everywhere. It was just different. Some very classy, some whatever, but really, really cool. If you haven't seen it, please check out Odyssey.
Make sure you check it out. And hey, don't forget to check out the vlogs, join the community group. And hey, we'll see everybody next Sunday night.
We'll see you on the seas.